Okay, cool. So this is just a preliminary workshop to spin up a Collab 19 template using Node-RED. So James, do you mind sharing your screen and just being a guinea pig here?
Absolutely.
I'm going to post the GitHub repo in the chat.
I seem to have lost my meeting window. Okay.
Yeah, I can send it in the group chat as well.
Yeah, you send it on Telegram. Yeah, got it.
Cool. So the prerequisites here are that you have Node.js integrated or downloaded. You can scroll down a little bit on that screen. That intro, and so yeah, so just to run over the prerequisites, you have Node.js downloaded. You have an Aragon DAO that you can use to integrate. And then you will need an Airtable account as well as a Telegram account and an AWS account to complete the API system setup. Sorry. So, are you familiar with Terminal, James?
No.
Okay. Well, we can. Maybe it'd be best if I just shared, and then I can share the video after.
Yeah.
Might make the most sense. So, just a second. Shoot, you're right.
Yeah, please record everything.
Yeah, yeah. No
Okay,
kidding.
can you a little sorry for this, but can you repeat
Hey,
please
Dennis.
with Telegram
Yep.
token and Air database so that we'll not forget anything. Or we have
Yep.
Dennis
Of
also with
course.
us.
Of course. No worries at all. So this is the global config tab. So once you download Node-RED and have it up and running, and you clone the repo, it'll be sent here to this tab. And this is where you add all of the API keys for your database, your interface, and your key management, and as well as your DAO contract listening. So the first will be your Telegram. So you come into your Telegram, you can open up the Telegram here and then just change the bot name and then the token ID that you get from the bot father. So you go to the bot father and you can configure a new token. Once you have that configured, you can go to your Airtable, and similarly in Airtable, you change the name and then you have two API keys. You will actually, in the repo, it gives you a link to an Airtable that's already been set up for the data structure that you need in order for it to work. So you just duplicate the base, bring it to a workspace.
So
That is your
Airtable is
own.
like database which you can use for Telegram, right?
Correct. Yeah. So this is the database that we are using for the Node-RED system, and it's just lightweight. It's really fun, or it's easy to use, which is why we opted for Airtable. And it also has nice like visualization pieces and things. But to get the API docs here or the API information here, this is your ID. And then you just go to your account to get your API key. And you input both the app ID as well as the API key in the Airtable. And you hit update. The next pieces that you need to think about here that need to be updated is the mainnet constants. Or if you're on Kovan, you can do the Kovan constants, but they're similar. So mainnet, we have the wire account ID. This query endpoint is actually a spot for the relayer, because this system has the abridged SDK integrated. And so this would be a relayer provider endpoint. Here is where you insert the voting app contract address from your Aragon DAO. And this is the finance app contract address.
Okay.
We also have the Uniswap.
Address, This is address in Ethereum, right?
That's correct. So if you, for instance, if you go to, like, this is the Collab DAO today. If you go to Aragon, you click on organization, and it shows all of the application addresses. Here. So just finance, voting, copy those, and you throw them in to here. After that, you don't need to worry about this so much. After that, there's this next node to change. So this is going to be your DAO token. This DAO token is what is the bot is using to listen for the to permission access to a Telegram group, for instance. That's one thing that it does. And then for this, you just have to change the URL.
A contract address for the token, right?
That's right, the contract address. Yeah. So again, you would come to the Aragon, and you would. I don't think that's the token app address. You'd actually have to go to tokens, and then click on the token address here. So you find the token info under the tokens application, and that's the token address that you'd insert. You insert your app, your Aragon app URL. So just like from the name down, right? Or you just add the name of your DAO. So if it's just the Collab DAO, then you can add that. The gas buffer and minimum ETH fee, you don't have to touch. This is the donation address though for your DAO. And the donation address will again be in the DAO interface. It'll be your agent or your vault, whichever you have configured for the DAO.
But donation address, it's just address where it will send all transfers.
That's right. So it's the address that if you go into the Collab 19 bot today, and you hit menu, donate to the relief fund. This is my account address, but if I send any ETH, then it'll go to the agent here.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
The donation goes directly to the agent.
That's right, it goes directly to the agent. And so this donation address is really the address for the agent or the vault for the DAO. Lastly is the group chat ID. And so in order to set up a group chat and to find this ID, one of the easier ways is to just clear this debug panel here. You add the DAO bot. So this is like an example. You add the DAO bot to a chat room. And let me get I need to get the API key for this really quick. Cool. Add it to the chat room, and then you can.
So you give a link to the chat ID right here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just a
Okay.
link to the chat ID. So there's a number of ways you can do that, but if you just send a message in the chat with the bot, and the bot has the API key already integrated, you can
Okay.
find the chat ID in the payload and just add it.
Okay.
So those are the main things. And then the last piece is going to be integrating the AWS keys for the KMS storage. So you can encrypt the user's private keys as they are onboarding into the DAO, because every time they interact with the bot, they're creating an account, and that account, has a private key that is being generated for them in the way that we're holding the private keys in the KMS system. So AWS's key management system, which is encrypted.
So how you use this private key AWS and KMS? So they just they get it generated using KMS generators, and then it's inserted to AWS, or how's that?
Mm-hmm. Do you mean to ask how where we get the access or the keys here? Where we get the access keys, or how does it actually function?
So this AWS, this I understand is our storage of private keys in AWS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you generate them, how you store them, and how you get access, and who. So basically, you have access to all private keys from your AWS account, or what?
So when we initialize, all the private keys are getting generated, and it's encrypted using this AWS KMS that is for the encryption. All the private keys are getting stored into the Airtable, but those are encrypted files. How we encrypt and decrypt, that's how we are using the AWS service that we use to encrypt and decrypt. Yeah.
So you use AWS to encrypt, and they're stored in Airtable.
Yes, that's
right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the encrypted private keys are stored in Airtable, and they're encrypted by AWS. And then we're just so you insert you're hooking up the AWS key system here in order to encrypt and decrypt. So we don't actually have access to the private keys, but they're available for the system and for the user.
Yeah, guys, got a question. This is Leo.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah, hi. Do you have can the administrator of the node kind of do some actions on behalf of the users that have the DAO token?
No. As far as I am aware, they cannot.
Okay,
actually,
got it.
If the administrator wants to go deeper, then probably they can do some stuff because they will have so what they can do is, maybe if they will get these AWS access keys and everything, what they can do is they can go to the Airtable, they can download their private key, decrypt it, and initialize the SDK, maybe using some script. And then if they have the token, then they can do some stuff.
Yes.
Oh, got it. And what the users can do with their private keys on the node? What kind of interactions with the Aragon DAO can they initiate? Can they only vote for a particular action, or you can program to interact with different Aragon applications inside of the DAO?
Yeah, you can also submit proposals. And the main two, those are the two applications that we have functioning at the moment, is submitting votes as well as proposals from the voting app, and also interactions with the finance app.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay.
They can also do these transfers, like the basic fund transfer. They can deposit, withdraw, and we also have option to, they can also download their private key if they like to, just to, if they want to move on.
Can you send a token to from one participant to another? Like, can you do a simple Ethereum interaction?
Yeah.
Like initiate transfer function?
Yeah, absolutely. So in your, if you go to the Collab bot, in your account, it's just the withdraw, and then you provide, you know, whatever amount with the ETH address, right?
We have integrated with the ETH right now, but we also have like created the flow where a user can transfer the token. But right now we have added the amount and ETH transfer.
Got it. So, and he basically needs to fund his Red Node account with some Ethereum, and whenever he initiates transactions at Ethereum, he will be spending Ethereum on gas. So it's similar to Web3 providers.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. That's very cool.
Thanks. So,
so what kind of software is this? So do you distribute like open source, or do you have a kind of a premium account or something like this?
So we do distribute open source. At the moment, we're building a platform that is more easy to interact with, that other people can come in and spin up one of these systems without having to play with, you know, GitHub, and can more easily just integrate some of the, like, maybe not even integrate the back end and different pieces, just automate as much as possible. And so that will be a proper like product and service. But for this, the main thing here is, like, you know, we want other people to come in and use it and experiment. The one piece of our SDK that that we have as like a service at the moment is the relayer. And so we'll have a publicly available relayer endpoint that just takes like 10% of transaction fees. So it adds a 10% fee to transactions, which is
Relayer is based on the gas network station technology.
No, it's not based on the gas station network. It is much cheaper because it is proprietary, and it's focused on just being a relayer for the abridged SDK. So yeah.
But the relayer is basically a meta transaction. That's
right.
Yeah, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use like some gas optimization techniques?
It's optimized for the abridged SDK, and the number of transactions required to submit a gas state, like a gas or a meta transaction, is like relatively lightweight. So it is optimized as far as it can be.
So your monetization model would be to create a relayer that anyone can use through the Telegram bot, and actually would execute some transactions and you would like submit to the network using the transactions like in bulk, and take a percentage of that gas that's being spent. Am I getting this clear?
That's correct. That's one of the ways that we are thinking about monetizing, and then we also have a layer 2 solution that we will integrate pretty promptly, And so we will also have some sort of like small fee on that, but that will be even cheaper for the end user because they don't have to pay gas fees. And then, like I said too, we have a product that will allow for other people to come in and configure these nodes and these APIs in a more automated way. That will be easier for anyone to come in and set up, and that'll be more of like a monthly, something like $10 to $20 a month subscription to spin up your own, Aragon DAO system in Telegram.
Got it. Got it. If we decide to integrate this stuff to play with our DAOs, what would it take to would you help us out to figure out all the settings there?
Yeah, happy to. Yeah, let's do it.
Actually, James already started to show how to do it. Leo, you can see Telegram receiver button and our table configuration button, and we have recorded video. Actually, Denise was in the beginning, and on this video, James showed how to do it. So we can together in our UniDAO team look again this video, go through it, try to make like some small workshop, and we have questions. We can ask James in our group.
We should definitely do it. James, do you have some kind of tutorial for doing this?
Yeah, so we're building the documentation for everything at the moment, and it's all found in the GitHub. Yeah, in this GitHub. So this is the majority of the tutorial. This video I'll also be able to send over, and I went over essentially all of the pieces of what to integrate, from the Airtable to the different DAO contracts that you need to integrate. The last piece that I haven't gone over is the AWS access keys, as well as the KMS generator keys. And so I can review that really quickly too, just to have this on the video, and I can like splice it up as well to make it a little more.
And I see you have some tutorial bot also, right?
Yeah, I was building that. I was building the Collab tutorial bot, and that was really whoops. Where did it go? That was really for me. I was building it just to make sure I could spin one of these up myself as a test run. And I think it's now dead, but I did end up getting it up and running because I need to reintegrate the Airtable API keys, and as well as the KMS keys and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, I could even do that. So like this is the Collab tutorial bot. So you just create a key, and it's going to be a symmetric key. I don't think there's any other like catches here. You should add a tag, and you just like add name, and then whatever you want to name the key. Say it again, Alok.
That alias.
Right, that's in the tag, right? Oh, you create the alias, right? You create the alias. So, right, so let me restart this. So to create the key in KMS, you go to create key. It's going to be a symmetric key. You create an alias. So this is like the Collab tutorial. Alias. We also need to create a tag, correct, Alok?
That's not mandatory. It's
Okay.
just for management, but it's not required.
Got it. And then, do you need to create administrators or select administrators?
No, so the existing users can have all the access, but you have to click which user we are adding to. So whoever is logged in as the AWS account, we need to select them. Yeah, maybe
okay.
that's.
Sure.
You have to click go back, and you have to select yes. Right.
Oh, okay, I see. So you just need to select somebody.
Yeah, whoever is that IAM user role is going to be used. That user.
You add those keys, right, and then you
Right.
select from the list.
Okay, so this list is this list is a list of IAM users. So here I'll show that just after this. Yes, that's correct. And then this is the just key information. We'll finish it. And so this is, let's see. All right, I just made 2 of the same name. That was not very strategic, but this was created today. So this is the one. So this is going to be your generator, or no, this is going to be your key ID. The ARN KMS. This is your key ID.
Okay.
And then the generator ID is going to be the same, but it's going to be under your alias. So the alias here is Collab tutorial. So if I just add that, that will be what's happening. The IAM is who I was selecting as the key administrator. And so you actually need to create your user in the IAM prior to select or creating your KMS. And once you have your key created, so in creating your key, okay, yeah, here's the access key. Oh, yeah, secret. And then, oh, whoops.
That we get when we first time create it. So it gives you option. Yeah. So if you create a new, it will give you the option to download.
Right. Okay. So I need to create a new. So if whenever you create the first key, it does give you the access key. But since I created it, or it gives you the secret key, my secret key is gone because I've already created it. And so I just will copy it there and then throw it there. And right, and then now deploy. Okay, so that was the KMS key system integrated. The other pieces, I guess we might as well just run through them quickly. I'll go back to an Aragon template. Sure, we can just use the Collab DAO. So first I'll get the token address. So this is the token contract that I need to update here. My DAO URL is just Collab, and then the donation address is going to be my agent. The other information to change is here. That is the finance app. And the voting app. And then finally, we just need a Airtable keys.
But you have access to AirTab keys, right, from your account, encrypted.
That is right.
Okay.
Or ask that again.
Yeah, you use your API from your account for Airtable, so you store encrypted private keys in your Airtable account. Is this correct?
Correct. Yeah. And
so, but in principle, it doesn't matter because keys are encrypted, and in terms of security, if we store encrypted keys, even maybe in some open file storage, I don't know, like IPFS, maybe that will not be that bad for security. What do you think?
Yeah, that's also fine.
Because I tried to restore once my Bitcoin password for one of my wallets, and I didn't manage.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so
cover.
That's right. So if it's,
brute force doesn't work.
That's right. So that, that could work. Okay. So I think we have everything updated now. Aside from the wire account ID, we need the relayer API point. And then, yep, we updated that app ID. Oh, right. This is the private key for the way that the system is distributing tokens at the moment is via a contract that is holding pre-mined DAO tokens. And so this is where you insert that private key. You could also encrypt that private key and then have a decrypting process in order to increase security there.
So what is this? Is it current token holders or is it agent? I don't understand a little bit.
This is, sorry. This is for, so if you want to create this so that it's easiest for people to receive DAO tokens, you should pre-mine. So you distribute a bunch of different tokens. For instance, if you go to this Aragon and you look at the tokens, we've distributed 1,000 tokens to this address, but this address isn't isn't anyone's, right?
But
it's
you make this address through Telegram and distribute for it PreMine tokens, right?
Right. So
and
you add
just directly buy them through Telegram bot through Wire, for example, from these 1,000 tokens, right?
Right. So the way that the system is configured at the moment is that they have to donate to the DAO in order to receive tokens. It used to be that they had to upload ETH to receive tokens. You could also alternatively create a Uniswap pool and add a system for them to purchase tokens via Uniswap. Oh, wait, it is here.
By the way, we have an application which we made for Aragon. Maybe Leonid and Denis can say more about it. It's called Simple Minter, Token Minter. So as I understand, it's just mints you DAO tokens when you some tokens to this app. Leo, are you online, Leonid?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you say a couple of words about Simple Minter app?
Yeah, we create a simple contract with the UI on the Aragon PM for the purpose of minting tokens in exchange for a particular asset that you can invest inside the DAO. And you basically, it calculates how much assets, how many assets do you have on your vault. And basically they mint tokens based on the percentage rate that you invest. So you can, if you invest $100 inside the DAO, which has $1,000 vault, you get a 10% minting of the token.
Oh, I see. So yeah. Oh, I like that. That's nice. So it's that's really interesting. So it reads how much you're contributing to the DAO and it gives you the proportional, or it mints you a proportional amount of DAO tokens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
Right. And
that's super cool.
And it has the raging pit functionality. so you can actually burn the tokens back to get the share in the assets that you have inside the vault.
Oh, that's great. So it's really simple. It's like adding rage quit, or it's adding like a malloc function to Aragon.